Hello, I'm John McGrath. I'm a producer for Kansas City PBS, and today on Art House, we're talking about the documentary Kansas City Dreamin'. Kansas City Dreamin' was directed by Diallo Giovanni French, and we sat down with the filmmaker to talk about this amazing documentary. And then we followed Diallo to the Kansas City Juneteenth Film Fest, where he lives every filmmaker's dream, showing his film in front of a live audience.
Let me tell you about Kansas City.
Kansas City Dreamin' is a music documentary about the African-American music history of the city. So we basically start the film with, the early days of sort of jazz evolving here in the 1920s and 30s, all the way up to current artists like Janelle Monáe, Tech Nine, Bobby Watson, Lonnie McFadden, Olivia Adams. So it's a celebration of really Kansas City's Black music.
Kansas City has produced a lot of wonderful, successful people.
So, I'm a music photographer, like we talked about, and I started in 2006, just going around photographing different musicians in the Blue Room, mostly at the foundation. And then I also got a chance to photograph national musicians like Janelle Monáe and Tech. Over the course of like 10 years, I developed a nice little archive of photographs of everybody from Sheila E. to Buddy Guy to Duran Duran to, everybody. And so I said, well, let me put these in a film. And so that was kind of the nucleus of Kansas City Dreamin'. So I did the short film first in 2016. And the short film really centered around Bobby Watson. And in 2020, I decided to make it into a full-length film, and sort of show the rest of the world as well as Kansas City that how important we are to American music.
We got some incredible musicians here. Janelle Monáe is from here.
Yeah, so because I photographed, I developed relationships with them. So it was easy to get them in the film because, they knew me and I'd taken pictures of them and they liked the pictures I'd taken of them. So it all kind of fell into place.
Tech Nine since '88, been Aaron D. Yates since birth. Born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri.
Tell me about the legend of Tech Nine and why he was so important to be in this.
Well, like I said, I went to high school. I still call him Aaron.
When I woke up, I grabbed the mic and never choked up.
And I've watched him go from like break dancer to being this local rap artist to being known all over the world.
I started Strange Music because I was tired of going through the rigmarole with the majors. And I wanted to show them what I was trying to show them. Like, this is how you do this strange music.
A lot of people don't realize that record company, it's out on Summit. Strange Music, it's its own compound. I think they have like 8 or 9 buildings. They have a sound stage, a cool studio. They have a big warehouse where they do all their marketing, merchandise. And it is, I believe it is the biggest independent record label in the world. And it's right here in Summit. It's crazy.
I want to build it in KC. Homegrown means a lot, You want to be rooted where you're from. I couldn't see it any other way.
When I go to other cities and I tell people I'm from Kansas City, sometimes they'll be like, hey, that's where Tech Nine is from. The definition of determination, using your talent, sticking with it. And, I learned from him, or even though we're the same age.
We are at Screenland Theater for the, I believe this is the 2nd annual Juneteenth Film Festival. It's a celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation. So what better opportunity to celebrate Black culture through Black cinema?
I am so proud of this guy. He's been making film for a really long time, and it was like my extreme pleasure to include this in the 2nd annual Juneteenth Film Festival.
And they're screening my music documentary, Kansas City Dreamin'.
Saw that music in there has to be paid for. The Beatles, I don't know what I was thinking on that one, but all of that has to be paid for before it can be distributed. My goal is for it to be streaming somewhere within the next year. I don't care if it's Tubi, I don't care.
So it's always exciting because you get an audience participation. There's nothing more gratifying than watching your film with an actual live audience.
Pretty much everybody in the film are friends of mine.
We both studied film from the same professor that taught Spike Lee.
So this is just my little sort of point of view of sort of the musicians that I've met and got a chance to photograph and get to know over the course of the last 20 years.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.